All right, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day in mathematics. Whoop, whoop. Warm-up 109 is on the screen. Let's see how you do with that. It's a quick look back in regards to functions, and also the last one on our trig functions. Morning. Copy and go. Shouldn't take you long. All right, should be just about done. Am I right? All right, here we go. Number 1. All right, number 1. Let me get a coordinate plane going. All right, it's a little crooked. My goodness. All right, so there you go. So for number 1, f of x equals x cubed. Can you give us some points, please? Diego Rosas. Zero, zero. 1, 1. 2, 8, way up there somewhere. -1, -1. -2, -8. Okay. Hands if you got something like that. However, it says only the domain from where to where? -1 to 1. So where's -1? Right here. So I'm going to erase everything to the left of that. And where's +1? Right here. So I'm going to erase everything to the right of that. So that's the only thing that's going to show. Pretty good, yeah? All right. We'll do another coordinate plane for number 2. For number 2, if you guys notice, I'm bringing it back. Is it still crooked? All right, a little bit better. I'm bringing it back to circles. Tell your neighbor the center for this circle and the radius. Center, Briseida. 5, 2, and the radius? 3, that is correct. 5, 2, and the radius, take the square root of that. So it would be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. There's my center. Radius 3, that means there's a point 3 steps away in all directions. There you go. Number 3. Do another coordinate plane. For number 3, tell your neighbor the parent function for this one. What's the parent function? All right, now that you have it, could I get points for that parent function, please? Diego Romo. Thank you. 0, 0, 1, 1, -1, 1, 2, 4, -2, 4. Okay. However, this tells us that that parent function is going to be moved. Tell your neighbor where we're going to move that function to. Everyone. Everyone? 3 up. Is that correct? Because it's not in parentheses, right? So 3 up. So I'm going to move this one 1, 2, 3. Yes? However, what does the domain say? From -1 to 1. So where's -1 right here? I'm going to erase everything to the left of that. And everything after 1, I'm going to erase also. There it is. So, there it is. All right, not bad, yes? All right, and let's go to the last one. Yeah. Here we go. Tell your neighbor the parent function for this one. And let's see, tell them what points did you use last night for that parent function? What 3 points did you use? All right. Frida, points. Let's go. 0, 1, 1, 2, and 2, 4. Okay. Not bad. Arrow at the end. However, this is telling us to do something to that one. So you never what we're going to do to all those 3 points. Everyone? 3 steps down. Yes, so we got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. However, what is a domain? 0 to 2. Where's 2? Right here. So I'm going to erase everything after that point. Not bad, yes? Is it making sense now after the whole year practicing these on the warm-ups? And you guys diligently and really focused did all your practice, right? Let's go. Last one. Tell your neighbor what you got for sine, cosine, and tangents. Bless you. Then we'll have Anaya, Christina, and Valente give us sine, cosine, and tangents. Sine, cosine, and tangents. Sine angle B, cosine angle B, tangent angle B. All right. Anaya, sine angle B. So here's my angle B. Four over 5, that is correct. Opposite over hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is this one. Okay. Cosine angle B, Christina. 3 over 5, adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is our adjacent. This is our opposite. Okay. And last but not least, tangent. Angle B, Valente. That is correct. Hands, if you got that? Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, before we move on, do me a favor, turn your paper over. From your warm-up, that's okay. So let me write your utensils down, look up to the screen. Now, let me show you something, and please hold your applauses and asking for autographs till the end. Here you go. Let's go, let's go. That's pretty good, right? Now, okay. Now, I can do better. I just kind of like did it really fast, so like that, because I know some of us are artistically challenged, but it's okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to sketch me something right there on that blank sheet that you have in front of you. I'll give you about 5 minutes. Take your time. Don't go as fast as me. Take your time. And I'll play some nice music in the meantime. I'll give you about 5 minutes. Go. All right. So you set your artwork on the side, and then you went to Canvas to turn your home plate from last night. Once again, the new module is titled Exponential Functions. From there, go back to your warm-up and copy the agenda for today. Agenda warm-up 109, exponential functions, and home plate Desmos activity, and I'll guide you through that in a little bit. All right, and then get a Cornell note. Yes. Yeah, it counts as a pop party. Let's go, let's go. Oh yeah, I got you. Oh yeah. All right. So, our objective for today, I can master transforming functions. I can master transforming functions. I can master transforming functions. So today we're going to take a quick look back just to make sure we understand where we're at. Okay. So, I can master transforming functions. Okay. Copy this on your paper. Here we go. All right? So as you're writing those down, Anaya is going to help us start writing our parent functions for each. Start with this one, Anaya. F of x equals, what is it? X, thank you. How about this one? X what? This one? Pass someone for the next one. Diego Romo, f of x equals, what is it? I couldn't hear you. 1 over x. How about this one? 1 over x squared. Oh, hold on. F of x equals 1 over x squared. All right. Now these two are two separate ones. So tell your neighbor which ones are these. Talk to your neighbor. Then Diego Rome is going to pass it to someone. Pass someone, Diego. What was it? I'm sorry? 2 to the power of x. That is correct. Pass it to someone. How about this last one? The fraction. Yeah. Let's go. And for right now, let's just write 1/2. Yeah, because this is a whole number, which is growth, and decay has to be a fraction or a decimal. And last but not least, this one. Tell your neighbor what that is, please. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. All right, pass someone, Alyssa. Let me give you a hint. How about Diego Rosa? Let's go. That is correct. That's for circles. So make sure you have all of these because you're going to need them. All right. So with that said, go ahead and close your notes really quick and get your Chromebook in front of you. We're going to do a quick activity on Desmos. And at this point, those that are following on YouTube, you may not be able to access using the codes that we have, but you can create your own once you see what we're going to be doing, okay? Give me a second. So, in front of us, we have this screen. Focus, please, or you're going to miss it. Here it goes. In this screen, if you can tell, we have a parent function. Do you guys see it? Yes, here it is. And what is that parent function? F of x equals x squared. However, we can only see this part of the graph because they give us the domain from where to where? -2 to what? 2. That means we can only see from -2 of x to 2. Let's say I wanted to see more to the left and more to the right. What would I do? I would change the domain to negative what? 3 and positive 3. and it continues to add more to that graph. Well, for right now, I'm going to keep it at -2 to 2. There it is. Okay. Now, notice, look up please, stay focused, because I'm trying to show you all the tools. Notice that they only show you the scaling. It's from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8. Are we used to that? Not really. What do we use usually on a daily basis? 1 to 1, is that correct? To change this window, you go here to the tool. Do you guys see the tool over here? Click on that. You're going to go to step. You put 1, step 1. Do that right now, please. Go to your tool. Change that to step 1 and 1. Then just click anywhere so like that you can get out of that menu. Okay. We there so far? Yes? All right. So now watch. Look up to the screen. Hands off the keyboard. Here goes. It says, move the function 2 steps up. So if this parent function is f of x equals x squared, what would I write on the next one to show a newer one that moves 2 steps up? Tell your neighbor, please. What would I write? Now, in this case, we need to use f of x all the way through. So let's type it in. We're going to type in f parentheses x equals x. Then you go down here to the keyboard and type in the squared. And to move it up, we do what? Plus 2. There it is. Everybody there so far? However, what do you guys notice? Look up. I want you to zoom out. Does it end? No, that means, let's zoom back in. We need to restrict the domain to what? -2 to 2. So go to your keyboard and let's type in the bracket that's next to the letter P. And then -2. Here on your keyboard, less than or equal to. Oh, sorry. -2. Less than or equal to x. Less than or equal to 2. And then close the bracket. There you go. Are we there? Now, I don't want that in blue. I want it in green. So look up. Look up to the screen. To change colors, you click on the little circle here, or the gear. Click on the color. Change it to green. Done. All right. Are we there so far? Okay, but what if, look up please, what if I wanted to take the parent function, which is the red one, and move it 5 steps down? Type it in here. I want to see what you do, and keep it within that domain as well. 5 steps down. Very good. Writing utensils down, hands off the keyboard, look up to the screen. So to do 5 steps down to the parent function, you should have done f of x equals x squared minus 5. Is that correct? Same domain. Hands off keyboards, my goodness. All right, let me show you a quick way of doing this instead of typing it over and over. You're just going to move it up and down. Look up. I'm going to highlight the parent function. Oh, sorry. Highlight the parent function. You see that? I highlight that. On my keyboard, I go Control-C. I click on the next function, Control-V. And then here I just add the -5. And to change the color, of course, I just click on the color. I'm going to use purple. There you go. So I want you to move the parent function 6 steps up, See if you can use that shortcut of highlighting, Control C, Control V, and move it 6 steps up. Change the color. All right. So from 1 to 5, how come through are you with this? 5, 4, 5, yeah, 5, 5, 5. Okay, we got this. So we're done with this one. Let's go to the next screen. I want you to go next. Now that you know what to do, it says here, move the function 3 steps to the right. So be careful with this one, though. It's not completely exactly the same as the previous one. Tell your neighbor what you're going to do to this function to make it go to the right. Make it go to the right. All right? Let's see. Help me out, since you already talked it over with your neighbor. Frida, tell me what to type. Okay, f of x equals, you said -3 next to here? Frida? It would only go down, wouldn't it? So we want to move it to the right. Let's see who's got it. Briseida, what would we do? Parentheses, x -3, close parentheses, to the 3rd power. So I go here, exponent, and then 3. There it is. To the right. Let me change the color really quick. Did everybody see that I did parentheses, x -3, close parentheses, cubed? Okay. Let me show you something really quick before we continue. Hands off keyboards really quick. You'll finish yours really quick. Look up. Who notices that the one I just did, since it doesn't have a domain, it keeps going? Okay. However, if I write the same domain from -1 to 1, well, what part am I going to see? Talk it over to your neighbor. What part am I going to see? Yeah, way down here. Is that correct? So it's going to, if we're focused up here and we type in that domain, you're going to be like, where did it go? Because it's not here. It's way down there. So look up. Question to you. Look up, please. What domain should I use so I can see this original part, but that I moved it 3 steps to the right? What domain shall I use? Tell your neighbor, please. What domain? Caleb, domain. Okay, we already said that -1 is not going to show us because it's going to go way down there and we won't see it. Help him out, Jose. 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4. There it is. That is correct. So do that adjustment, please. And I'll change the less than to less than or equal to. There it is. All right. Next, I want us to move this last one. I want you to move it 4 steps down. 4 steps down. Tell your neighbor what to do to move this piece 4 steps down from where it's at. 4 steps down. And then change the color once you're done. All right. Tell your neighbor what you did, please. 4 steps down. All right. What you do, Jaden? Subtract 4 to this. Okay. But what did you do? Tell me what to do so I can do it over here. Let's say you're the teacher and you're guiding us. Go, teacher. Very good. Highlight. Control C. Then Control V. And then how many steps did we say? Minus 4. Hands if you got something like that. All right. And to change colors, once again, you click here. Go to that. I'm going to change it to purple. There you go. All right. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you? All right. One last transformation. Look up. I want you to take the original one and move it 4 steps to the left, 2 steps up, and then restrict the domain to so that we can see the little wiggle only. 4 to the left. How many up? Was it 3? Okay. 4 to the left, 3 steps up. All right. Guide me through this one. Well, first tell your neighbors, see what they wrote. What did they write? Four to the left, 3 up. Help me on this one. It's a pela. F of x equals, parentheses, x plus 4 to the 3rd power. Hold on. Okay. Plus 3. Hands if you got up to right there. Let me change the color. I don't want to see 2 green ones. I'm going to change that to blue. All right. However, I only want to see the wiggle like this one. What would be my new domain? Tell your neighbor, please. Our new domain. New domain, Fabian. -5, less than x, less than what? -2, -3. And let me just change this to that and this to that. Hands if you got something like that. Let's go, let's go. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with this? All right. Next, I want you to go to the last slide. Reeled you guys in like those little fishies. It says, sketch your artwork on paper and then use functions to sketch it here. So, do me a favor, log out and let me show you exactly what I mean. You can log out at this time. You already took a picture. All right, let me show you my artwork and let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. I'm going to upload this video later on so you guys can have it on YouTube as reference. Look up. Here we go. For my mouth. Look up, please. What function would I use for my mouth? Tell your neighbor, please. Yeah, x squared, and then I need to restrict the domain to whatever number. Next. Tell your neighbor, what would I use for, how about for these? For this side of the glasses. F of x equals what? X, that is correct. How about for this side? F of x equals what? Negative x. And then you just need to move it either to the left or to the right so it can be at that spot. Next. What function do I use for my face? Right? The only thing you would write a number here and a number there and a number to replace that so you can move the circle around. Next, something that looks similar to this one. X cubed, that is correct. And you just add or subtract whatever you need to do to move it into places. How about all these over here in my hair? F of x minus x, yes? How about f of x minus x minus 1 for this one? Yeah? And then x minus 2 for this one? And so on and so forth. Do you guys picture what I'm saying? You would have did that picture what I'm saying. Picture what I'm saying. So, I need you to work on that tonight. Do you need to finish? No. I want to see that you're actually working on it, because I know some of you did like some Picassos. Thank you for your artwork. And they look really nice, and they're going to take a little bit more time. So work on it tonight. Tomorrow during class we'll have more time. And I wonder if we should count it as a pop party to finish tomorrow. What do you guys think? Let's go, let's go. All right, we'll stop right there, yes? All right, I'm going to stop the video here. Have a good one. Bye.